Hello everyone, this is Katerina and I'll bring you an energy update for February together with a light code activation. And this month starts so powerfully with the Celtic Imbolc festival today, the 2-2 portal together with the 22 portal. And these portals in this month bring through this massive Ascension wave. And I'm so super excited because all the Ascension collective, and that's you, all the forerunners, the star seeds, the light workers, grid workers, wisdom keepers, cosmic volunteers, that entire Ascension collective, all of you brought these massive accelerations, and I can't even say the word. And with these massive accelerations, now these light codes also spread across the board, you know, in the collective. So those on the 5th timeline, the highest new earth timeline available at the moment, they are as forerunners really receiving these highly advanced codes, and then they trickle literally dimensionally through to the other layers or dimensions, variations of earth in these timelines. And we have now reached another critical point, you know, when we go up a mountain, we reached another base camp, and that energy will advance and evolve. And with that, there are also dimensional barriers breaking down. You know, the more of us are doing it, say, we all have a soul mission to accomplish, and for everyone that may be a different focus, but all of us have something in common, like we want to rewrite a story, you know, for some that may be resentment, or how do I overcome sadness, how do I overcome depression, or how do I bring joy to the collective. And we are breaking through these advancements where we are focused on, you know, overcoming these building blocks, if you like. And the more of us doing it, we are really forging a wide pathway for everyone. And with that, my guides were like, it's different if 100 people work on the same thing, or 1 million or 2 million or even more. You see where we are going with this. And so we break down our things that held us back collectively. You know, the old earth was a closed system. Nothing really coming in from the outside. Whatever's inside was played out over and over again. Like, oh my God, not again, you know. And that desire to break free from that has really created that momentum. And those of us, the forerunners, all of you drawn to this information here on the video, you know, we are now, and they're saying we are now being powered by love and joy. And you may have experienced that in the heart chakra, the high heart chakra, oh my God, you know, everything is coming up. And then in the neck, really, I felt that as well in my client sessions with the breaking down of dimensional barriers. It's also activating higher frequency in our toroidal field. You know, we have this heart flow, and then we also have that bigger flow of our entire energy system. And you can read up about it. The toroidal field, like trees have that, and other like apples, you know, they have sacred geometry that literally shows that flow. And that is now expanding. And the more we free our heart from all the density and things we've been through, it's like rewriting our story. I don't know how many times we did this, but yet again, we reach another point where this is crucial. And with that frequency, we then write in those new codes of joy, harmony, unity, community, and prosperity for everyone. And my guides are saying, you know, how to navigate this and how to stay on course with that is to focus on what brings me my highest joy. And that is also for the highest and greatest good, what serves the community, what serves everybody else. So that, you know, dreaming the dream where everyone can thrive. You know, it's like, wow, my joy goes across the board, and then everyone is joining in, and then everyone has more energy to fuel that toroidal field that is now powered on love and joy. And that is bringing in that advancement. And a post just came across, you know, new codes released every week, you know, the new release every week. And it's like, that's really what it is like right now. And I can feel that as well, because my guides teach me to be on different dimensional levels as well. So I can share that and answer questions and help people with that migration, you know, from, all right, I'm in the old earth, I'm in the middle version, I'm in the higher, you know, whatever, to identify where somebody is with their main energetics, and then help bringing them into alignment with that higher frequency. And I can feel the difference from, you know, I've been multidimensional for a long time, but this is so accelerated that I can experience myself in various dimensions at the same time. It's like, whoa, 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 hang on a minute. You know, that version of me is experiencing this in this way. On that timeline, it feels like that. And on that timeline, it feels completely different again. And that is an experience you will have as well with these new DNA codes, you know, becoming consciously multidimensional. It's not like, oh, yeah, there are other versions. It's like pulling you in. You know, you could also say it's your future self, you know, this aspect of you is coming in. And, you know, when you're less constricted in the Earth electromagnetic field, when you're outside of that, then time and space is also very flexible. You know, I have seen my life from the end to the beginning. It's like, oh my God, you know, how they say on higher dimensional frequencies, you reach the end point and then go to the beginning. And it's like, oh my God, I've seen my whole live stream like this. And then when people say, oh my God, you know, I had a vision from me in the future, or I had these and those experiences, all of that is going to increase, because the and again, those dimensional barriers. So if you imagine we were held in a certain frequency, and that's becoming more lucid now, you know, and more people become aware of this. And it's like, ooh, you know, it's like, warp, you know, and you feel like, whoops, what happened here, you know, and with that new toroidal field, that, or the more your heart and high heart is healed and is powered by love and joy, the more you're open and drawing in more positivity and energy, and then you radiate it out as well. And in the event on Sunday, we work with that as well. And we also work with the grounding energies of the Celtic frequencies, with the Celtic festival today of Imbolc, you know, where the Celts were celebrating the first stirrings of spring. And the goddess with that is Bridget, the combination of fire and water. It's like bringing elements together. And Bridget is also the goddess of creativity, and she's often depicted with fire in her head, and that's also that, you know, cosmic inspiration and cosmic creations. And on Sunday we work also with Joseph of Arimathea. You know, he's a master manifestor on a worldwide scale, bringing people and cultures together, and the Ascension frequency. So right now, on a collective level, you know, in that Ascension collective, I feel so strongly the Magdalene codes, you know, the codes of Christ consciousness from Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. Then they also come in through Shakti and Shiva, the Hindu stream of that, Krishna and Radha, and then Buddha and Kuan Yin. And there are various portals around the earth that anchor those frequencies, and we also work with that on Sunday. And with becoming multidimensional, you know, literally with your entire energy expanding so massively, you may also get new guides, a new Ascension guide, where it's like, oh my God, you know, the team is shifting. And you may also experience or hear about that, or get nudges about the Council of 12, which we will also work with on Sunday. And the Council of 12 is like different beings, you know, it can be archangelics, it can be ascended masters, it can be mystical beings, galactics, you know, from far within the universe. And each of the 12 is also aligned with a layer of your DNA and array of frequency. So all of this is really exciting, because, you know, every time you shift dramatically, it's like, oh my God, I'm in a whole new frequency range. I always feel like I'm Bambi on ice. It's like, hang on a minute, how do I navigate that energy here? It feels very different, you know, and you experience the world in a whole new way. And also part of that is really important that you have a look at your diet. You know, some days I feel like I am hardly able to eat anything, and I live on green powders and smoothies and kefir, and then other times it's like, oh my god, I really need food, vegetables, you know, the system is running through that. And really one thing that always is important in that DNA acceleration is hydration, and I sometimes really need 3 or 4 liters a day, otherwise it drains it out of my hair and my skin really, really intensely. So normal hydration needs to be absolutely accelerated. And the sacred waters, it's also part of that. You know, our inner water system relates to the water system of Gaia, and the Celtic people really had a high appreciation of the sacred waters, and they were wisdom keepers. So on Friday I went to this massive stone circle long meg, which I couldn't do the week before because we had this gale force storm and torrential rain. So on Friday I made it and arrived at 4 p.m. and I was there till 11 p.m. Wasn't planned on my part. After 20 minutes, my fingers were entirely frozen. I thought I can't even operate my phone to make those light codes videos, which I'm going to share with you. And I first worked with the ancient well. So many times sacred sites in the British Isles around stone circles, also other sacred sites around the world, are powered or linked with sacred water sites, because the water system is like the system in our body with the blood. The water then carries all the codes and frequencies that the ancient ones did in their ceremonies. They go across. So on Friday, I was first working with the well, and it got me so high and excited energetically. And it's also, there's a farm in between the well and the big stone circle. They have really sweet young cows, and they're well taken care of. I mean, I've seen every generation of those cows in the last couple of years as well, and they were so excited to see me. And you know, when you have that snowballing effect, they were really excited. I felt they excited. It got me much more, you know, elevated. And then we circled on, and I will share these short videos together with more light codes, I think on Saturday as well. And that frequency of joy, you know, and I could feel it's not just in the human kingdom, it's everywhere. And even though, I mean, from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., it's really ice cold. You know, it was windy and it started to rain at times, but nature around me at night, you know, was so active. And I thought, oh my God, I can't believe this. There were birds flying across, owls, and then there were migratory birds all the time. And I thought, oh my God, it's like, what has happened? And I could really feel that not only the first stirrings of spring, I could also feel that higher activation of Gaia and that acceleration. So the ascension wave is reaching us, but it's also reaching all the dimensions of Gaia. And what was the other thing I wanted to say? And one thing besides us now sowing the seeds of love and unity, and I really loved that when they shared that with me, it's also nobody is going to be left behind. You know, that idea, oh my God, you know, there's now this ascension window and you have to jump through or closed forever. Not at all, you know. It really is like my guides, it's like you can't miss a boat because there's a queue of them and there are more coming, you know. So there is this massive, and they've literally shown me, you know, there's this huge ocean with boats everywhere, with people now joining and reaching into that higher frequency, which carries you across the board. So it's not just you on your surfboard anymore. You can also join a boat where there are many, and that boat is then taking you along. And that love and unity. And now let's see what light language is coming forth for you. And you can connect with your heart, high heart chakra. And may these light codes bring forth the highest and greatest good. Yashkaka sesinaha niki kiki kisa sa na maha. Yashkaka kasi na maha. Niwiki sesinaha. Niwiki isesina namaha. Iki kiki kisa nama. Iki kisas nanama. Miwashki kisesinaha. Ni aka sa namaha. Nyashki si na maha. Nyashki si ash kakana namasa. Nyaki ki si na maha. Sisi na maha. Miwaki ki si naha. Miwaki ki si na maha. Ni ki si naha. Ni ki si namaha. Iwashkaka sasa namaha. Iwashkaka sasa namaha. Nia kiki sisi nana maha. Nia kiki sisi nana maha. Iashkiki sasa nana maha. Iashkiki sisi nana maha. Nyakikina. Iwa kisi namaha. Ishkisi ikana. Siki na maha. Iki asa na maha. Niwa kasa namaha. Ni ashka sa na maha. Ni ashka sasa na maha. Niwa ka sa na maha. Niwashka sa na maha. Miwi ki isi naha. Miwi ki isi na maha. Niwashkaka sasa na maha. Niwashkaka sasa na maha. Iwi ki isi naha. Iwi ki isi na maha. Miwa ki isi na maha. Aka, aka, aka. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed be, so mote it be. And so it is. And so it is. Yashki kisi si namaha. Miwi kisi si ishki ki si nana maha. Ishki si nana maha. Ishki si nana maha. Ishki si nana maha. Ishki si na maha. Aka, aka, aka. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed be, so mote it be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My God, we had the first beings were really they were like, Katarina, you know, we bring in the twin flame energy. The one part, the intertwining, is the intertwining or the frequency of your DNA, but also the twin flame codes, the activation of Kundalini energy, then the activation of love and unity, you know, that connection of all of us through our heart circuit. An opening of our spinal fluid, then the more somber voice was Lord Melchizedek, and he's like, Katarina, stay focused, you know, let me bring that energy in. And he was bringing in that grounding of that cosmic energy in our physical vessel. And then it was Lady Venus, and Lady Venus in that soft, gentle version, bringing in those codes of harmonizing higher diamond light frequency codes. Also all throughout February it's coming in. And then White Buffalo Calf Woman was stepping in and saying, you know, on Sunday we are also in the activation, unifying pathways, you know, the Essene Christ codes with the Druidic codes, the ancient codes of the Celts, coming together into one with activating our hand chakra, our heart, and that new toroidal flow. And with that, I wish you a most wonderful rest of your day, and I see you on Sunday. Lots of love and bright blessings to you. Namaste.